Hi, Matt with etrailer. If you have a 2017 Ford F-250 and you're looking for something to carry those a little bit of a lower to the ground trailers and you want to make sure everything's even, then the etrailer 6-inch drop ball mount is going to be a great option for you. Now, something important to keep in mind is that this is going to be a ball mount that's specifically built to work with 2-inch hitches, and you're probably going to have a 2.5-inch hitch on your truck. Now, what you'll have to do most likely is just get a reducer sleeve so you can still carry this. And the reason why you might want to is, like I was saying, if you have any trailers that are a little bit lower to the ground, anything like a utility trailer or a small boat trailer, that would be perfect for this, especially if maybe you use this to carry your camper and you have a fifth wheel in the bed of your truck and you just need this additional way to carry those additional trailers. With the F-250, this is going to be great, especially when you are trying to max out your truck and you are pulling a camper behind you. But in those other situations where you're just hauling maybe something smaller like a utility trailer or a boat trailer behind you and it needs to sit at a very specific height, you probably don't want to invest too much in a specific ball mount. That's why I think this is great. It's going to be at a very economic price range, so you can still carry those trailers behind you. Of course, you will need to pick up a sleeve reducer, and that's because we have a 2.5-inch hitch, and this ball mount is designed to work with 2-inch hitches. So I think this is the better deal because with those 2.5-inch ball mounts, since we have more material with those always going to be at a much higher price range. And if you're really not going to be going up and maxing out what your vehicle can carry, at the end of the day, this is just going to be the better deal, especially with this already coming pre-torqued down, so it's ready to go right out of the box. But now we can really focus on the specs and more details about this ball. And first up, like I said earlier, this is going to be one with a 6-inch drop, and it's always important to check what your trailer or what height your trailer is going to sit at, just so everything's even, so you get a smoother ride overall. Now, if you do need a different height, we have plenty of different options of the etrailer ball mounts. There are different heights and levels. Now, this is also going to be that 2-inch ball, and that's going to have a weight capacity of 7,500 pounds and 750 pounds for your tongue weight. The difference between towing and tongue is your towing is going to be the amount of pressure that's being pulled behind you, and your tongue weight is going to be the amount of downward force that is being applied to the ball itself. But let's get a few measurements just to see how this is going to live back here. So the first measurement I'm going to get is going to be that distance from our back bumper to the center of that ball. That's going to sit right about at almost 7 inches, which is pretty good. Now, it's something to consider when you are hooking up to your trailer, because that's just going to let you know the total distance you are away from that trailer. The second distance I want to get is going to be our ground clearance. And that's going to be just a little bit over 15 inches, which is pretty good. You shouldn't make ground contact ever, even when you do have that trailer that is applying pressure to this. And this is going to drop maybe an inch or two, but you still shouldn't make ground contact. And this is going to come with your pre-torqued down ball and the shank that comes with it. And we will have a pin and clip. Now, the downsides to that pin and clip for the vehicle that we have today is that pin and clip most likely will not be long enough because it's designed for 2-inch hitches. Now, you can find some replacements on our website, so we have a longer span that will work with 2.5-inch hitches. And this will also be constructed from steel with this black powder coat finish to it. It's going to have an E-coat on it too. The E-coat's just going to help with that bond to help keep that coating on there so it lasts longer when it's sitting out in those weather conditions so it doesn't rust. And for the ball itself, we're also going to have this black nickel plating. And there's a couple things I like about that plating. One, first and foremost, I like just the look of it. It's just my preference over maybe a chrome finish. And what's also great about it is if you scuff or scratch this up, because it's going to happen after a lot of uses, you will notice those scratches, but they're going to be less noticeable compared to a chrome finish. Now, it is important that you still use ball grease with this because that can really tear up any type of ball if you don't use any ball grease. In my opinion, I think this is a great option if you are just looking for something more economic and you're just trying to carry anything at a specific height. Now, if you run into the issue where you need to carry things of varying heights, then I'd recommend another great economic option, which is going to be the eTrailer Adjustable Ball Mount. And this one will have the same max drop assist of 6 inches, but it will also have a max rise of 6 inches and a bunch of different drops and rises in between. Now, if you're looking for something that's really going to help you maximize what you can carry back here, that's going to be more in line to what your truck and hitch are capable of carrying, then I would recommend really any 2.5-inch ball mount, because that's going to help you either meet those expectations or exceed them. But that was just a look at our eTrailer ball mount with the 6-inch drop on the back of our 2017 Ford F-250. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.